Kia ora, everybody. Wow, I can't believe that I just am following an artificial intelligence expert. That's really great. But very inspiring for someone who's, just taken the leap into tech to see what you've achieved, and maybe I get 10% of what you've done, and that would be great. All right. So Kidscoin, as Collart said in the introduction, we are all about teaching kids good habits and mindsets towards money while they're young. That's a little bit of me. In my past, I actually was a professional tennis player, and 2 years ago jumped naively into technology, thinking, let's just do this. And basically, so I got into, I developed this program. My mum, who's in the back, is an educational specialist, and over the years going into the schools and kind of seeing, especially from a Māori and Pacific Island lens, because I'm both Cook Island and Māori, a lot of difference and a big gap between what I was seeing when I was playing out in the tennis world, globally, going around playing world championships, and then coming back to my communities here in New Zealand and some of our kids not having lunch. So, for me, that kind of really inspired me to think of a way to help, basically, to sum it up. So how Kidscoin works, just to keep it nice and short, kids can actually earn virtual money, so it's all practical. And the way they earn their money is by doing numeracy lessons, literacy. We've got a bit of te reo in there. We've tied in health. So it's a broad range of subjects that they can actually earn from. And it's all performance-based, so the better they do, the more money they get. And they actually have earning limits as well, so we teach them about the power of compounding from a young age. Then what they do is all their money goes into their little Kidscoin bank account, where they can learn to read transactions, make transfers, exchange currency, and they can actually trade with other students in their class. So essentially they can create their own economy and make their own rules about it. And then lastly, the money they earn actually turns into real opportunities. So they can use it on the Kidscoin shop to buy real goods and services for themselves. So when we design the program, this aspect is actually probably one of the most crucial aspects of Kidscoin, especially because we have a target on low socio-economic communities. And a lot of times some of the basic needs, what everyone knows, aren't being met. It's been prevalent in the media lately. So for me, it was about trying to find a way to just get the basics out there, and having had the experience I did with tennis going into, and I'm sure some of you have been to some corporate events where there's an abundance of resources available. And a lot of the times, actually, I would go in and there'd be water bottles left everywhere and food left everywhere. And then you go into the schools and the kids have no food. Right, so I wanted to find a way to redistribute that overabundance in one area and into the communities that needed it the most. So this is what some of our students are saying. Initially, we developed the program for intermediate children, and then the younger ones saw how cool it was that the other kids could buy their own stuff and they wanted to go to. So you can see here, after 9 weeks, one of our girls said, "I'm sorry I paid my tax late. I transferred my money this evening." And that's a female 9-year-old girl after 9 weeks. And then I'm sure maybe you can see from the back there, but I did a statistics lesson because I needed $10. Two kids talking to each other about it. And actually, I'll share a little story. The US ambassador came to do an interview about Kidscoin, and I took some of the kids along. And little did I know, the girls had actually planned to buy the company off me. And they were telling the ambassador in the interview, And these are, again, little Māori, girls who came with me. And for me, I guess, bringing it back to why equality matters is that, especially in Pacific Island and Māori communities, we don't talk about money. comfortably, and I don't think many communities do, maybe, but especially in mine, and I can speak from, my experience. It's a taboo subject, so to have these kids out there telling the US ambassador that that's what they're going to do, super confident, before I knew, was a really good sort of measurable impact for us to see that happening after such a short time. Another one, actually yesterday, I went into the school just because I like to see the kids, and I talk to the kids a lot to see what they want, and that's what I use to develop our program. And they came up to me without realising it, pitching their marketing plan of how we could get more kids on Kidscoin. And they'd done all their research on trends, they'd gone through branding. They didn't know what they were doing. They just came up, they're like, we should do this and do this. So, just to see them after this short amount of time kind of approaching the CEO of the company as if they already know what I need to do is awesome, And in terms of taking steps forward towards, having equality, for me, I guess, it keeps me going when things get tough to see the kids doing that. And obviously for the company, it's not just for us, it's for, our children and the rest who come after us. So thank you to the girls for making this happen. I jumped at the opportunity when you said that equality was the theme, because, that's what we work towards each and every single day. And if anyone wants to get in and take part, whether it's with the software or with the workshops, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you.